In this video, you're going to learn about Slate Digital's Custom Opto compressor. I'm going to share 3 reasons why you should use it in your next mix. Let's do this. What's up? This is Jake Kodweis with Musician on a Mission. I'm a big fan of Slate Digital plugins. I think they're a great way to get that thick kind of analog warmth and fullness, especially if you're a home studio musician who has a minimal setup. Maybe you're recording straight into the interface and you're not using any outboard gear. Well, all of these plugins are a great way to bring some analog tone and thickness into your mix. If you want to check them out, just head over to slatedigital.com. But today we are specifically talking about the Custom Opto. This is a super smooth compressor, similar to the LA2A, but with a few added features for more control. I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite ways to use the Custom Opto, but first, I just want to quickly run you through the settings. We've got a ratio control, we've got a speed knob that determines how quickly the circuit responds, and this is actually release and attack time linked together. The faster you go, all the way up to 10, that's going to be fast attack and fast release. All the way down to 0 is slow attack, slower release. We've got our peak reduction, which is basically the threshold. We've got our output gain here and a mix knob at the bottom. And then there's this tone section. And this is really where the magic kind of happens here, right? You've got 5 different colors to choose from. You've got flat for the natural character of the circuit. You've got smooth, which takes out harsh frequencies, kind of like an upper mid control. We've got warm that adds some color to the lows to make things a bit thicker, a bit fatter. Aggro sounds a little bit like a mid-range boost, makes things sound really kind of upfront and aggressive and in your face. And then you've got an airy tone that adds a bit of shimmer to the top end, really kind of opens things up. We've got the screw to the left here that allows you to dial in how intense the tonal character is, right? So it defaults to 100, and the higher you go up here, goes all the way to 200. The higher you go up, the more intense the coloration actually is. So 3 places I like to use this thing. Number 1, shaping drums and percussion. I've been using the Custom Opto on individual drum tracks to add a little bit of flavor and tone. So for example, I've got this set up here, and I know this is super overwhelming because we've got 5 Custom Optos in a row, but what I'd like to do just to give you a sense of what the different tones actually sound like is we're going to loop this hi-hat part, and then we're going to activate each one of these Custom Optos. And I've got these set so that they're all level matched and they're giving us the same amount of peak reduction. Notice here on the tone knob that the first one is flat, the second one is smooth, third is warm, 4th is aggro, 5th is airy. So let's loop just this hi-hat part so you can get a sense of what the tone difference is of this compressor, what it actually offers you, right? What kind of flexibility and variety there is here. So we're just going to go through, we're going to listen to the hi-hats dry first, and then we're going to flip on each one of these optos. Right? So quite a bit of difference between each one of these. And if you need to, you can rewind this video, put on some headphones, and go through and listen again. And that's just to give you an idea of the differences. Now let's go ahead and dial one of them in. Right? Notice how when I switch the tone through each of these, that it affects the circuit differently. Right? We've got way more peak reduction. Once we switch from airy to aggro, it just kind of blows up. So that's why I had 5 in line. I just wanted to make sure we were getting an apples to apples comparison. Let's dial this in. And what I like to do here is make sure that this is actually, the intensity knob is on 200. So I can really hear what the tone is doing. Aggro, there's that upper mid kind of boost there. It really kind of brings the hi-hats up front, but I'm not sure I want them up front in this particular mix. Listen to how much air top end that kind of brings to the hi-hats. I'm going to go ahead and stick with airy and kind of let the hi-hats live in that top end. Listen to all that sizzle. Listen to all that tone. Crazy. Incredible. I like it right there, right about halfway. 150 is good. Now, in context with the rest of the drums, we're actually going to match that a little bit better. Lifts it right up. So let's use this thing to shape the snare a little bit. This is another great example of kind of going through and seeing what each one of these different tones can do. Snare drum especially. It's got all that high end. Makes it really kind of obvious. Right? Kind of dulls it, pushes it back. Check out warm. Let's jack up the intensity so we can really hear what's going on. I actually like this warm, but without as much peak reduction. I just want a subtle little bit of shaping. Nice, I like that right there. And up to this point, I haven't really even touched the ratio or the speed or anything like that. I really have just been enjoying the tone knob on this thing. But we could check out different speeds. I kind of like this fastest speed. I think that sounds best to me. One more example, the kick. Let's go on the kick drum. Now I've got this gate here that's just kind of cut off the tail of the kick. It was just a little too intense for me. So it kind of shortens the decay just a bit. Now let's toss the Custom Opto on there. See if we can't shape the tone a little bit. Again, I like that warm sound. Just kind of fattens it up a little bit. I like the fast speed here too. Still nice and thick. I like that. Let's stick with that. So those are just a few ways you can use the Custom Opto to shape drums and percussion. The next place I like to use this plugin is dialing in upfront vocals. Now, the great thing about the Custom Opto is that you can really control the dynamics pretty aggressively without getting that squashy, over-compressed kind of sound. So, for example, got our vocals here. Let's toss the Custom Opto into the chain. And we can really dial in quite a bit of gain reduction on the vocals to really keep it in its place. All right, I'm just going to solo this, for example. Let's listen to it dry first.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me.
So we've got some peaks and we've got some dips here. We've got a kind of a wider dynamic range on that vocal. You can see it just by looking at the meter.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me.
Right, it gets as low as about -18 and as high as -6 or -7-ish. So we're just going to use the Custom Opto to control that a little bit.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me.
And that's just default setting right there, right? I haven't messed with the ratio, the speed, the tone, really anything. We're getting about, I don't know, between 5 and 7 decibels of gain reduction.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance.
And I'm not really hearing any over compression artifacts. Everything sounds nice and controlled, yet still natural. That's why I like these Optos, just in general. But this one specifically, it's great. You can really just kind of drive the heck out of it.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling the heat, holding me tight, loving you right, all night, yeah, I love who you are.
Let's mess with the speed a little bit.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my.
Makes things a little bit more punchy, aggressive.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling the heat, holding me tight, loving you right, all night.
And let's pump up the ratio a little bit, see what that does.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time. Oh.
I know, I said let's pump it up a little bit, and then I just smashed it all the way to 10.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling the heat, holding me tight.
A little too much.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling the heat, holding me tight, loving you right, all night, yeah, I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be.
Right, holding it down. Awesome. And then let's check out some of the tone.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on.
I have been loving the aggro setting for vocals. It's got that kind of upper mid push, just kind of makes it super upfront in the mix. It's awesome.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one.
Pushes it right up front. Listen to Airy.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young.
I've liked both of these, aggro and Airy, but aggro really just kind of takes the cake for me.
You know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance.
Awesome. Let's listen in context. First without.
Know that I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling the heat, holding me tight, loving you right, all night, yeah, I love who you are, cruise in the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling.
So without the Custom Opto, it's just some notes and some words are kind of getting buried in the mix, right? The lyrics seem a little unintelligible, and then we pop this bad boy on, and things start to all of a sudden just pop out nice and up front, right in your face. And if you wanted to process in parallel, where you just crush the vocal first and then dial back the mix knob, you can do that too, right? So let's take a listen.
You know that I love who you are, cruising the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling the heat, holding me tight, loving you right, all night. Yeah, I love who you are, cruising the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling the heat, holding me tight, loving you right, all night. You know that I love who you are, cruising the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling the heat, holding me tight, loving you right, all night.
Nice. Just another option for you if you like to kind of process in parallel. By all means, do so. Now, the third way I like to use the Custom Opto is to add color to group buses. So one way I like to create subtle separation between instrument groups is to add some kind of variation in tone. And you can do that by using only the Custom Opto and its different tone controls, right? So I've got my summing channels here, all my drums sent to this channel here, my bass, guitar, all keys, lead vocals, and backing vocals. And then I can show you how I've got Custom Opto adding a little bit of character to each one of those. So the drums, I've got it on smooth, and we're really just adding a little bit of subtle coloration here. See, between 1 and 2 decibels of gain reduction. Really low ratio to speed, super fast attack, super fast release. Subtlety is the name of the game here. So I've got a smooth tone on the drums. For bass, I've got warm for guitar, aggro, so a little bit of a mid-range boost. For keys, I'm using just the flat setting on the Custom Opto, just this natural coloration, natural character. And for lead vocals, airy, just to lift them up in the mix a little bit more. Same with the backing vocals. Oh, actually, no, it's not the same. I used smooth for the backing vocals, just kind of push it back in the mix behind the lead vocals. And then I've also added Custom Opto on the mix bus. This is going to be just like a decibel, maybe 2 decibels max gain reduction. Really, really, really subtle settings here. And I've got that set on aggro just for an upper mid boost, just to make things kind of sound a little bit closer in general. So let's listen to what kind of difference this makes for the mix as a whole. First, without.
You know that I love who you are, cruising the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling the heat, holding me tight, loving you right, all night. Yeah, I love who you are, cruising the car all of the time, always be my only one, forever young, you wanna dance, let's take a chance on me, feeling the heat, holding me tight, loving you right, all night.
Awesome. So I hope this video gives you some ideas of how you can use the Custom Opto in your mixes, but these are just a few tips and tricks, right? You can use these tips in your workflow and still end up with mixes that sound like crap in the car if you don't have the foundational strategies in place. So that's why I put together a free training where I show you how our students are producing pro quality music from their home studios. They're quitting their day jobs. They're getting paid to do what they love. It's totally free. It's a 30-minute training. You can either click the link you see on the screen now or follow the link in the description to check it out. It is my gift to you. You'll get a ton of value out of this thing, so make sure to check it out. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more music production tutorials. That's all for now. This is Jake Kodweis with Musician on a Mission, signing off, and may your next mix be your best mix yet. See ya!